I am joined with the director and two of the cast of Cyrano. Very excited to speak with you today. Do you guys want to just introduce yourselves and give me the roles and stuff that you have in the play?
My name's Becky and I am the director.
I'm Nicola, I'm playing Cyrano.
I'm Kavana and I play Roxanne.
Amazing. So Becky, what made you choose this play? Could you give us like a brief synopsis of it as well, just for people who don't really know it?
It is an epic. Brief synopsis, right. There is a character called Cyrano, who is a poet and a soldier and a fighter. In our version, Cyrano has been cast as female. And we're sort of exploring a queer love story. There's a love triangle in there. There's a war in there. It is an epic story. It's great. Yeah, what was the other question?
What made you choose this play?
What made me choose it? So part of my job, because I kind of oversee the whole festival, is to read lots of plays alongside the lovely Alice Chambers. I think we read over 100 plays to try and find ones that we really liked for the groups that we work with. And actually Nadia, our associate director here, put me onto this play. She'd seen it at the National, said it's brilliant. It's a really great script. So I was like, Cyrano isn't necessarily something I've necessarily been interested in before. Read Martin Crimp's script and was like, wow, it is, it's like poetic, it's rhythmical. I could see so many things we could do with it in terms of movement, in terms of language, in terms of character development. So I was like, I really want to give this a go.
We are. Amazing, love to hear it. And you guys, what did you first think when you first read it? Like, what was the first initial thoughts you guys had?
I'd seen it a few years before and loved it. It like completely blew my mind. And yeah, then reading it kind of from the perspective of Cyrano being a woman, it kind of is really interesting. Like, I think it throws up a lot of different things that are already there in the script, but kind of become a bit more prevalent when Cyrano's a woman. So yeah, it's really exciting.
For me, I hadn't seen it before, hadn't read it before, so it was all new material. But I feel like once I actually read the script, knowing that I was going to play Roxanne, I fell in love with her because I feel like she's such like a nuanced type of character in a way, because back in those days, you know, it wasn't traditional for women to get educated, to have so much power and control over who it is that they actually do dictate to fall in love with. Yeah, that was really intriguing for me. I felt like she was a good representation, not from today, but just from back then, would have liked to have been.
Amazing. Yeah. Can you all maybe just tell us a bit about your casting and audition process? Maybe then when you start off, you guys tell me like how you felt during your casting.
How was the audition, guys? It's a loaded question. How did you find it?
No, I really enjoyed it. It was quite. I felt like it was quite a chill audition process. Like, it was a lot of kind of different workshops. Like, we did monologues that we'd picked, and then monologues from the show because it's in verse. It was interesting to tackle that.
I think before we did a bit of a workshop as well, where we just explored some text from the show, and it just felt really. It was interesting, the approach, because I thought it was going to be quite like a take on Shakespeare's approach or like classical approach, but it wasn't. It was definitely breaking that, and it was more of like how to explain it, more of like a nuanced sort of like outlook and approach to it in terms of like the rhythm of the script. Also just how we would attack it when it comes to delivery as well. Like, a lot of it was very rhythmic, so we practiced a bit of rapping.
Led by me, obviously. I'm joking. No.
It was interesting, but it was fun.
No DJ. Yeah, and for me, I think one thing that we really value in our company is like, I don't think auditions should ever be a really stressful experience. Obviously there's a level of adrenaline and anxiety over it, but we really tried to take as much of that out of it as we could and create a safe space for people to just explore and give it a go. Casting was hard because we've got I think we had about 33 people audition. Obviously everyone's in a show somewhere. And trying to work out who could go where. To be fair, Roxanne was a very easy decision. Kev's got brilliant comedic timing because it is quite a comical role, but also like the depth and you can just bring that to the character. And honestly, like I think that was one of our first decisions made, which was really easy. And then in terms of casting Nicola and Cyrano, oh my gosh, that was hard. No, again, no regrets. No, it was really like, I think in my head I knew that Cyrano could be female, male, non-binary. There were options with that character. And seeing Nicola in the audition and seeing what she brought to one of the more famous monologues within the play, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, this works. And I was really excited to see it, and
amazing. So we can safely say that that's obviously one of your most unique parts of you putting on Cyrano and your interpretation of it.
Yeah.
Is there any reasoning behind maybe you wanted to go that route, or was it purely like you were in the audition process and you saw it and you saw what it could be?
That's a good question, yeah. I think because it is set technically in 1640, although it's kind of in this weird out of space time in other ways, it's got modern references. I think having a queer woman in 1640 is really interesting to explore, and I actually think it adds levels to the depth of these characters. And like, yeah, it's just really nice to put that story on stage. And it's really heartbreaking as well. So it is really funny, it's great until certain points. So it was a deliberate decision, but it was one, that came out of the casting, I think, of the casting process.
Really interesting. Can you tell me like what have been some of your highlights of the rehearsal process? Maybe also what is maybe your favourite scene that you're excited to see on stage and like fully fledged?
I've really enjoyed the movement scenes that we're doing or working on. Just playing with levels and just playing with a lot of different levels and just how we're gonna do certain scenes like the opening scenes and the death scenes. Like the one that I'm really excited for is Christian.
Don't give away the death.
Oh no, I won't give it away. I won't give it away too much. There's something that happens in the play when is involved, and it's very good.
Yeah, we've been working with movement director Lucy Glassbrook on that, and she's been so good. It's been really fun to have a different creative in the space too. And like the language of that is so unique, because we were talking about not having a stereotypical military. So we've been exploring what does that look like if we sort of clash different cultures and different military styles, and it's been really interesting.
That's what I meant to say.
No, that's what you said. It's totally what you said. I'm just adding to it. I'm giving Lucy a little shout out.
Yeah.
Hi, Lucy.
I think I've really enjoyed like getting scripts with kind of like the language of it, because I think initially like when I got the script I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. But it's been really like interesting, and just like I have never really done, other than like a bit of Shakespeare, I've never really done anything that's so much of verse, and it's so it's really interesting. It's been really, really fun to do.
I've really enjoyed just watching these guys take on these roles, and we've had so many laughs. Cyrano is quite extra in some ways. Like there are things in this character, and we're like, oh my gosh. And so what we are going to do soon is just literally like perform this play at like 100% exaggerated, over the top, ridiculous, silly, because I think we're going to find stuff in that, but also just for the fun of it, because it is so melodramatic in text at times. We're like reining it back, but let's let it go just for a bit and see what happens.
Perfect. And why should people come and watch the show?
And if you ain't doing anything on the night,
Where else would you be?
come to the rep and see the show.
I think they should watch it because it is an epic love story for the ages. It is going to be powerful, it's going to be big, It is big. We've got like a lot of people on stage, like literally just big. But it is going to be a really exciting, dramatic, fun, funny story.
Yeah, I think like you said, it's like it is really funny, but it's really heartbroken. I think the characters are written so beautifully that you really do root for them, but they feel very real. You know, they're quite flawed. But I think you feel like you want them to do well.
And to wrap up, what date is it being performed on?
The 17th and 18th of July, yes, good. We're all in agreement. It is those dates, 17th and 18th of July. We are all booked in. Wednesday and Thursday. Please come.
Yes.
We'd love to see you there.
Awesome. And tickets are on sale now on the website and at the box office. We have a multi-buy offer on at the moment that is, the more you come and see, the more you save. So get on buying those tickets now.
Thank you.